Oh, hi, Sagar.
Hello, hi Emil.
Hi.
We are here right now at the venue of the World Rapid and Blitz. Looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's a great place, Cipriani, iconic place, and Randy here is our partner who contributed a lot to make this event exceptional. So it's last couple of days of preparations now.
Can you tell us a bit about this venue? How did it happen? How did you choose this place?
Well, basically the idea came up after the World Corporate Championship in June, and we were choosing between a number of possible locations, and then we came over this place, and after we met Randy, who was very helpful and showed us all the options around, we decided that it could be the place, but we faced a serious dilemma because the place was not big enough to fit both the open section and women's section, so we had also to negotiate with the 48, which is opposite to us, and then we came up with the concept that they will be playing together, open section, women's section, and here I'll show you around. There's a lot of nice places here, but this place is iconic by itself. Maybe Randy could comment on what was it there.
Well, Cipriani Wall Street is an iconic venue that the Cipriani family took over in 2004. This building, as you can see, is very, very old. They started building it in 1842. It opened in 1861. It opened as the original mercantile exchange, where they traded rum and molasses and the products of those days on this open floor here, right? There's actually some secret little jail cells downstairs that are if you got caught stealing, that you went downstairs, they brought you till they could get you to Five Corners, which is in Chinatown, where the police station was.
Yeah, nowadays we'll be using it for anti-cheating, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're not going to show those spaces though. But this then also became later on, I think if it's correct, 1888 to 1895, it became the home of the stock exchange, which is now located one block away on Broad Street. But before it moved there, it was here. Okay. Believe it or not, legend has it that the first stock agreement was signed here at 57 Wall, which is part of this building down there, over there, under the buttonwood tree. So but obviously that 57 Wall was knocked down to build this. And then this is also Alexander Hamilton's business address, also 57 Wall.
Yes, and in the rooms also opposite there is
at 48 Wall.
At 48 we have a lounge, Alexander Hamilton room, which would be serving as a VIP room for the event.
For the event, yes, and that bank across the street was Hamilton's bank, National Bank of New York. So, but then Citibank, what is today Citibank, moved here in 1908, and if you look up to the dome, okay, the dome up there is the largest piece of Wedgwood in the world.
Really?
Yes, yeah. Citibank built that, okay, and then added the other 5 floors to this building that's above. And that became what is today Citibank's, at the time, Citibank's national corporate headquarters were here till the 80s. And then this became the Regent Hotel for a while. And then we got here, like I said, in 2004. And it's been one of the premier event spaces in New York City for the Cipriani family, along with their other collection of properties in New York City. And we're honored to be part of this great event here. You know, it's something that I've been working on for a while, along with the FIDE team. Am I saying that? FIDE.
FIDE team.
FIDE team. I'm sorry, FIDE team. Okay, and the Freedom team, and it was very interesting how we figured out how to use every inch of this building.
Yeah, exactly. That was not easy because we had to plan all the zones. There are numerous zones for spectators, for various sorts of services, for players, for anti-cheating checkouts,
press,
for
TV studio, all that, volunteers, arbiters, fair play people.
Yeah.
Everybody has a little room. VIP entrance, VVIP entrance. There's a
By
lot
the way,
of...
about the VIPs, how many US presidents were here as guests of honor? I remember there was a room with, I think, Obama, was it, and Clinton?
Yes, they've been here. Since I've been here, George Sr.,
George W. Bush?
George W. Bush, yes. His son, I don't believe, has been here since I've been here 20 years. Right? And President Clinton, President Obama, Mrs. Clinton has been here numerous times. You know, it's President Biden was here as vice president, okay, and current President-elect Trump has been here not as president, okay, but he's been here for numerous events in my career here. So we're honored to be, like I said, hosting this gala. This amazing tournament.
Yes.
I just found out the other day this is your 100th anniversary.
Yeah, 100th anniversary.
I didn't realize that it was 100. And that New York, you wanted to do it in New York because it was the 100.
Also, the tournament in 1924 in New York was 100 years ago.
So that
for
was
us,
the
it
first
was
one.
emblematic. It was a first huge tournament in USA in 1924 in New York, won by Emanuel Lasker. So it was something very emblematic for us also to be here. And of course, when we saw that your attitude towards chess so much respectful and welcoming, so we knew that we have a partner.
It's a great partnership. We're thrilled to be part of this. It's going to be. I'm getting really excited for it. It's really as it's getting closer, and I found out more about the players, and this new young champion is coming here too.
Many
Many
new
champions.
champion maybe will be coming as a part of a conference, which is going to be here as well on 29th.
Got it. So it's great, and we're like I said, we're blessed to be part of your team, okay, and part of the chess world for 6 days, right?
That's appreciated. Maybe we'll show you around to Sagar and his spectators the VIP zone.
It's my pleasure. Okay. All right. I'll see you more later in the week.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you. Okay.
It is, and it took quite a bit of effort and a resource and investment. And for us, it was very important that we can actually bring chess to such a premium location because, as I told you many times before, I mean, we are ready to a major shift to try and be really, really big. So that's we thought that it's really, really challenging times for us to jump and to make like a huge leap. So that's why we decided that should be the goal, that we make not just another event, not just another World Championship, not just in New York, but New York, Wall Street, iconic building. You will see the opposite also in 48, where Hamilton Suite and so on. And I think it's also for, let's say, the prestige of chess, for its image. It's very important that we are hosted here in such an emblematic building, with such a history, with such a importance. And I hope that also spectators will appreciate the surroundings because it's really spectacular here.
You know, we've been talking about this before, like in some interviews, but now that we are here, how big is it to host this in this place for FIDE? How much was the effort involved here to get this place? Could you tell a bit, like how many trips did it take you to
It is really a major effort. It's not just words, okay, it was an effort. You know, everybody says that it's an effort. This one was the effort, let's say, because we had to not only to plan very carefully, because it's not simple, because we had to have two buildings, to plan for two buildings. Financially wise, I mean, I have to once again to praise our partners from Freedom, because if not for Freedom, we couldn't ever think about going that scale. Because I would tell you that the budget of this 1 week event is on par with the budget of the World Championship match in Singapore.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like 8 million.
Well, 7 mil plus. Yeah.
Wow.
We still don't know the final number. The prices here in New York are very high, as you would know, for everything, for rent, for catering, for stuff, for everything, for build-up, for just absolutely for everything. But we didn't spare. We decided that if we go for something big, and Freedom supported us with that, we go for something big, and we really want to make it top-notch, classy. And you would see now how you see the balcony. It's a VIP balcony here. So VIPs could follow the games from above, but also they could go down and see from the opposite side.
So actually, these tickets are something that people have bought, the VIP
Yes.
tickets. So
Okay. There were some invited VIPs and the bought VIPs.
But
right.
if someone buys a VIP
Yeah,
ticket,
it's the same.
they get access here.
It's the same. Yeah.
Wow.
So VIP category, this has been quite popular. The tickets are quite expensive, but they also.
I think everything's sold out.
For VIPs, not yet, but let's say regular tickets are totally sold out. Hospitality and VIPs, maybe 80% sold out or something like that. So we are here, and then maybe we can proceed further on. We'll go to, of course, it will be more beautiful when it will start, because now we're just arranging things and so on. So
but this is like the first look, and then we also get to see later how it all is.
I think it's good for spectators also to see, to understand, to feel the vibe, how it looks. You know, even the colors would be difficult, because our branding is in different colors uses, and of course there is a logo and everything for the tournament, and you will see it just in a couple of days. But now it's only being a preparation. And once again, we have a huge team doing it, because we need 2 buildings. We have put a lot of effort, and later on we could go to the building across and see how classy it is as well.
How big of an effort, apart from FIDE, like who are the people who chipped in, like who have helped your Freedom? You spoke
basically, you ask how many inspections and so on. So we started working on that after World Corporate. And I stayed after the World Corporate for 1 week to start planning, zoning, what could be that. And then already the local team of Freedom worked on the event for a couple of months. And then we had the second inspection in October, and the third one in November. And we had few of our people being here already from the beginning of December preparing the event. So a part of those, most of the team went to Singapore, but there were some people who came here. And I think that's you would see how monumental is an effort. Look, well, of course, once again, it's just being built up, but it's a library, and it will be, this area would be serving as a VIP room. Also, there will be a mini studio here for take, and Levi Rosman would be talking after each round. One of the top players would be coming over explaining what happened in their games, but you would see it also in the broadcast of FIDE, because it would be interchangeable. And then we could proceed also to the lounge of players, because it's also rather spectacular.
This is so beautiful, actually, with the books and these chandeliers here.
Yeah, it's classy. It's classy, you know. And it's not for nothing, like Randy said, that so many US presidents were here, and there are constantly some very top companies having here some meetups or dinners or galas. Last time when I was here, there was a Forbes conference, annual Forbes conference held here. Wow. Also very emblematic event. They stage here year after year. So it's really, we felt, you know, that if we make it in New York, we go to Wall Street, we go to something really, really classy. And I think we don't know yet if it pays off, but we need to make this effort. I kept telling you for long. We reached a lot in recent years, but if we are about to make a big step, we need to invest and to see if it works. And I hope it does.
And according to you, like, what would be great results of this event? Like you say that we'll see if this is successful or not, but what would be your aim of, you know, what would be success here?
Well, basically the success would be that FIDE comes out of this event, and not only FIDE, but chess in general, with a number of potential partners, be it broadcasting networks, TV networks, not just internet, or corporate sponsors, in particular from financial world, because we know that there are many people in finance world who are supporting chess, who know very well what's the value of chess, even some players who were masters or grandmasters who are today in financial world, so they could connect to the event, and also elevating by attracting their names, their brands to the game, like we did in Singapore with Google. But that's a different part. That's a high tech part. You know, it's a technological giant, but also there is a financial world which is here. So we are approaching it from different angles. Singaporean is not less important than what happened here in New York. But it's important to try it and to see if it works, because I believe at the end of the game, at the end of the day, the real test is whether chess manages to get to TV and to real networks, and some broadcasting agreements made, and some sort of events are being followed by wider audience, not the hardcore chess audience, which is extremely important for us, but we know them. We know that this audience will be with us, and we respect them, we love them, and so on. But we know also that in order to become not the most popular, not just the most popular game, but also a popular sport, we need to find a way for a broader audience. And then what could be the better markets at bringing it here to New York, to such a place, and to see if it works. It will not work within one event or one day, but it can and it may lead to a situation that next time that we plan bringing something, you see a partner who knows how high profile the event is and wants to support it, to promote their brand with chess, to broadcast the event, and to know that there will be spectators online, not only on, let's say, internet online, but also on TV following the event. So we'll see. We also didn't spare an effort on increasing prize fund and conditions for the players.
I think more players have conditions this time than previously.
It's not exactly more players, it's the same maybe, but they have better conditions. They have also the airfare covered for everyone of those. It's about 40 people or something like that. And the prize fund is 40% more. So it's a really serious increase. And once again, we put this effort not just because we felt that, let's do something. We have it as a strategic goal to make this shift from very popular game with a very strong, hardcore, but niche audience to something bigger. So let's see if it works. And Sagar, thanks to your work, it also contributes to expand where we are and where we could be.
Thank you so much. And we are.
So we are in the players' lounge. It's only the first floor of the players' lounge. It consists of two floors. So players will be here between the games. You have,
and there will be some food or something.
Food and drinks, everything will be here. And then they can just sit. Here they can use their mobiles to prepare for the games, because there are screens and the pairings would be also on screens.
Okay.
So you could follow it and prepare for the next game, or just rest. The restrooms and everything. And we can go up to the next floor.
Yeah, sure. And while we are going up, maybe a little bit on the 29th event, because I think that is a key element of the entire plan of having this in New York.
That's a very important element. I'm not sure it's a key, but it's a very important element, because it's, again, strengthening this connection between chess and finance world. We'll have a conference with so many important people attending, but also talking to public, connecting chess and finance, having an opportunity to meet the chess legends as well, because there will be 3 top players, and
Magnus,
as for now, it's planned Magnus, Vichy, and Fabi,
wow,
who will be playing with participants of the conference. And it's at the second floor. So players, there are 190 players, so they'll have enough place either here or there. Also here, there's a lot of space. As you could see, everything will be with food and drinks, so they can relax between the games. Of course, this tournament is... and then after that, they'll get out and get to the fair play zone, where they will be checked between the games. They can leave, they go with the elevator or stairs. They can leave their phones there. There would be a cloakroom and so on. and then they're checked and they can go to the venue. Yeah, I think it's big. I think it's also important that we managed to bring so many key people here. Also commentators. I'm very happy we have very strong duo.
Who is doing the commentary?
Maurice Ashley and Evgeny Miroshnichenko.
Nice.
So they're doing the commentary, and we have also this time we have also live feed from the venue with interview in the media zone with Charlize and Katie, who would be doing not recorded stuff but live stuff. So it would be a lot of live content. And players, you know, the most important is players. I hope they'll be happy with the way they're treated. Once again, this is only the men's, I mean the open, but we know only men are playing in the open event. And we could cross the street and see what's happening in the women's.
Should we go there?
Yeah, sure.
I tried to get to the VIP. It was closed.
So Emil, now we are entering the venue of
Yeah.
the women's event.
Women's event. So you see here also historic location. So it's not just a location. It's something also very special.
This is the 48. What is this building called?
This building just called 48 Fall
48.
Street, yes. But it served also as a bank, as a treasury, and so on. So it's also sort of emblematic, maybe less emblematic than the one we saw in 55, but with a rich history, also built in 19th century. And as you would see, okay, there is a New Year's theme here.
Already a very festive feel here.
Yes. And I think it's important to add to atmosphere. And
I
here,
think from the women's event, this tournament is perhaps the strongest one in recent times. No,
everybody, part of who you find who never plays,
Yeah.
everybody's here.
yeah.
Oh no, Gretchen didn't come. It's not that she didn't get visa; she didn't apply for visa.
Ah, okay.
So we see here the main playing venue. Of course, it's not ready yet, and so on. But you would see it's also very nicely decorated in a historical way. Of American history comes with all the machinery and 19th century inventions and so on and so forth.
And this is where it will happen.
All these will be
Oh, everywhere.
everywhere, right? Actually, the top boards will be over there, so we can go there. And the VIP room, which is called Alexander Hamilton room, and it's not just called; it is a room of Alexander Hamilton. It belonged to him. I think the building partly belonged to him, or the offices was here. I'm not quite sure. So yeah, the spectators would be in this zone, and the top female players would be all over the.
This is also a very beautiful venue, actually.
Yeah.
I love it.
And the room here is just very spectacular, and then this Hamilton's room. It's historical, and it hasn't been changed for many years. I cannot claim that it is the same entourage that it was 150 years ago, but obviously it is some sort of historic. The bull here symbolizes Wall Street, obviously. And yeah, very nice room, and
This will be used for?
it's just for VIP, for meetings with, yeah, so it's, some negotiations could be held here as well. But for players, I'll show you now around, so we'll go, that's a playing venue, but also we have a special lounge for players there, which will be also quite nice. We expect people coming back and forth, because it will be, it is, as you saw, it is just 5 meters. It is formally different building, and but you don't have really to connect. I mean, even you could do without code because it's so close. And then you can have people watching both men and women. And we have actually an invention for this event. The women round will start later.
Oh.
Yes. Why? Because
The broadcast, yes?
it's better to have it in order for women's play will be inside the broadcast. Because what happens, mostly when you have this event, 90% or 80% goes to men's boards, and you have just very few glimpses on women's tournament. What's happening here, we'll have at 2 p.m. the game starts in the open section, at 2:15 it starts here.
15 minutes
Yes,
later.
yeah. Later it can maybe transfer to 10 depending on the pairings. But for the first round it will be 15. And then what happens that the men's round, most of it will be finished by 3, let's say. And still there will be several top games here going, so we'll switch. And also public could switch and come here and see the end of the round for women's games. And I think it would add a bit more, because for women chess, they often lack this attention from the public. Whatever you say, even people who would tweet 1,000 times about need to do something would not watch women's play. And we want them to get an exposure. We have best players here. We have high prize fund here. We have everything. We created every condition to have it on a high level. And let's see if it works. But I think that's a nice idea to have it. And also the breaks between the round typically about 30 minutes. So it allows us also to show women's game, but there are 15 minutes also to analyze the most important or most critical game of the round or some beautiful combination. So they'll get back to the studio. By the way, the holders of VIP tickets and hospitality tickets, they are allowed to the studio to analyze with Miroshnichenko and Maurice Ashling. And also Vishan is going to be a guest of the studio on numerous occasions. So I think it would be nice to be another thing which we introduced here, that between the rounds we'll have one of top players getting to the public to make photo opportunity, to make some autograph sessions and so on. So to have this buzz, because there are many famous players here. And it would be difficult to catch them when they're passing out of the round. Okay, they'll maybe signing 1 or 2. But here, for the one round, we'll select one player who'll be around. I mean, between the rounds once again. And that would add a bit for public, the opportunity to actually physically be in touch with the player. So let's go. We'll see the players, the women's players round.
So many new ideas have been implemented.
Yes. It took a lot of thought, a lot of creative thought, and we are the big team to work on that. So maybe we'll get to the elevator to see. But once again, it's quite nice. You see the panos, all the marble, and.
Fantastic. This venue.
The lighting will be stronger. Just don't think that it will be the lighting. Yeah, so it's only preparational stage. We have 3 days to the tournament. So it's nice coincidence. I don't know why it's Grand Mezzanine or whatever it is. So it's GM, yeah. So we go down. So that would be the players' premises also between the games.
Okay, this one.
Yeah. Of course, they can have a rest here. They can get their mobile phones and prepare for the games. They can hang around, and also they can enter men's game and to see if they want. So the idea is that it's one event, but it's 2 venues, right. And I wouldn't say that it was necessarily our smart choice. We just wanted to have a great event. Now, we could have possibly packed everyone there, but of course we wanted to give enough space for everyone and to have let's say, opportunity to have zones for all sorts of spectators. And I think for us it also was important that it's not like we are sparing on the venue and so on. So it was a costly decision, but
actually, it could increase the cost significantly, right? Because if you did it at one venue, yes, it would have been cheaper.
It did. Look, people do not realize when they talk about the where we hold it, how we hold it. I mean, the simplest for us would be to get all the best players, and that's it. 16 best players, 32 best players. And have it, and it will be, believe me, it will not only reduce, it will be significant cut. It will maybe 70% of the cost are because of the concept, really. But people forget that contrary to all other entities and platforms and private companies, We're FIDE, we are not commercially driven company. So our main goal is to make good for players, obviously. So we create a way to have an event where we have top players, we have second tier players, let's say those who are still not there, but they're already deserving a seat to compete. We have young talents participating, we have representatives of federations who would otherwise not qualify, but have their way here, and there are many like that, and some of them debut in the championship, be it South Korean representative or Liberia or Panama for the first time. So it's important for us that we give this opportunity, even at quite a serious expense. And here as well, so we did it conscious decision, and it cost us a fortune, and it cost Freedom, our sponsors, a fortune. But we believe that that's the way to go. We want this event, and not this only, but our major chess events be like classy, top-notch. And you have players playing in the prestigious venues. You have spectators with a way to see, to communicate, to be impressed. Our partners to feel that chess is something grand, and it's not just a niche game for some geeks, but it's just a big game and potentially big sport.
Wow. And also here the FIDE circuit will culminate, so it's also exciting.
It's exciting. Many people are actually crossing their fingers for Arjun. I'm in direct touch with him, and from what I know, we should have good news about his visit just coming within a few hours. And that should be resolved. And yeah, let the strongest win, let the strongest qualify. I think the nice culmination of the year. And I think for us, it's also a culmination of a very busy year. Let's just recall how...
It's crazy year.
Crazy year, you know, I mean, we finished, I came back from Samarkand on January 2, because it was the World Championship, World Rapid Championship. And immediately we started preparing for the major event in Toronto, if you remember, yes. March 2024, 3 weeks, and for me it was 4 weeks in Toronto. Candidates tournament, first time together, men and women, and I think it was a success. Then the World Corporate Championship, which we brought first time here in New York with major companies, with like Goldman Sachs participating and Deutsche Bank and UBS and Google and so on and so forth. So for us it was important to bring it here, and we also had it quite successfully. Then we started planning in parallel we started planning for the World Championship match, and we had an Olympiad. Don't forget this huge Olympiad as a project. And then this match in Singapore. And then this event. And don't forget Astana, World Rapid Teams, which was also big. So it was very, very big year. And honestly, I sometimes ask myself, do people realize how much work actually FIDE does? Because it's an effort which is, I think, not only in FIDE history, but I don't remember ever chess being so filled with events. Of course, it's not only ours. It's Grand Chess Tour, it's Chess.com's event. But for our part, only major events. I'm talking only about major events, not junior events, not senior, not continental, but only FIDE top major events took, I don't know, a total budget of over 40 millions with total length of events over 3 months, if you combine. And it's always, I mean, and once again, let's not forget about like women's Grand Prix events, which was great in Georgia, we had it, and then we had it in Kazakhstan also. So it's all requires a huge work. And I'm sometimes puzzled when people criticize us for this or that mistake, or even alleged mistake, if they do realize how much work FIDE is doing here. And yeah, I hope this event will be a success. And still, we are 3 days to start. I think all the regular tickets sold out. Maybe for women events, there's still few remaining, but for open, everything sold out. The hospitality and VIP, there are still few tickets left. It shows an interest. Actually, our waiting list for regular tickets amounts to 1,700 tickets. Not people, but 1,700, yeah, 1700. And that tells you a lot, right? So that's
That's
about.
a lot of interest here.
That's a lot of interest. The chess is on the rise, and we try also to serve the community in a way that it will be not only just another event or not just to milk this event like we could potentially do, but actually vice versa, to invest and to see if we manage to come all the way to big sport, which can happen, and if not, at least we tried.
Well, all the best to you, Emil, and congratulations for pushing the boundaries, for bringing chess to new places.
Thank you, Sagar.